So David, firstly, just really want to catch up about how the last couple of months have been and preparations for the new season.
Well, it's been good to have a relatively normal proper preparation for the new season compared to last season when everything was extremely topsy-turvy and we really couldn't get off to a start for timing and COVID, and actually ended up playing most of the season until the last game behind closed doors. Very difficult. So it's been a breath of fresh air to be able to prepare, and I think we've got to put a good squad together. Mike's assembled a really good squad, and we're really looking forward to getting started and playing some rugby again.
You know the main topic of discussion, which is the Championship Strategic Review that we've been spending a bit of time talking about, but they had their first meeting last week. Could you just talk us through the process a little bit and your thoughts on it?
Well, I think the Championship's has gone through a very difficult time of funding cuts, a truncated season, no crowds, and has needs a reset. It fundamentally needs rugby brains and commercial brains to be thinking about where the Championship sits. And we've been promised a review led by the RFU, and this review is taking place starting now. As you said, the first meeting was last week, agreeing who was on the group, the group was going to consult, the terms of reference. We'll get some more detail on that. But essentially we're going to have the opportunity to put our views as Bedford Blues across as a part of the Championship, and the report will be delivered to the RFU by January. So we've got a sort of 4-month window in which we have a real genuine opportunity to put positive thoughts about the structure, about the development role, about the role of the club in the community, about all these things that we're here at Bedford. We're really positive about the Championship. We think it's got some great positive attributes, and we want to participate really fully in that review.
What do you think, or what do you hope the outcome will be?
I think I hope the outcome will be that the review of the Championship recognises the Championship for what it can do, for all the positive things it brings. I mean, the development of players, how many players and referees and coaches have currently coaching in the Premiership or even playing internationally started out in the Championship. There's great values. Here at Bedford we're very fortunate. We've got a huge identity with the town. We are a local club with a great focus that attracts really good, strong crowds. So I'm hoping that the outcome will be that there is a 3-year plan to bring the Championship back to commercial viability, to increase the funding back towards levels to generate enough funding, both commercially and centrally, for a fully professional second tier in England.
And I guess we talk about the funding there, and we don't want to spend too much time on that, but the big question is not necessarily the begging bowl of how much more can you give us, but how we drive value out of the league, how we gain more sponsorship, more commercial interest, how we get the right broadcaster to fit that model. Do you think, looking at our model, knowing that we've had 7 fairly good years as a sustainable club, that there are things that maybe could be learned from this model for others?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of questions in there. I mean, I think that at the previous level of funding from the RFU, we were, as you're aware, by growing our crowds, growing our off-field business, were in virtually a break-even position and paying a pretty semi-professional squad. Of course, that's not possible now with the funding cuts, and it isn't possible in the immediate future. So I think, as I said about a 3-year plan, I think that the ideal situation would be a return to commercial viability, and that, as you said, has got to include some value for sponsorship of the Championship as such, some value for sponsorship of the clubs, and some commercial broadcasting rights as well. Has to be worth something. We think it's a great competition. We just don't talk about it enough, and I'm hoping that that's where the review will get to. So it won't happen immediately, but it'd take a 3-year plan to get to that.
I'm sure we'll be covering off some of those in the next few months. Just on the field, how pleasing is it to see Northampton Saints players back with us now this week, and obviously how important is the value of that relationship?
Well, it last season was the first season, and it was a very difficult place with all the COVID restrictions and the bubbles. Very difficult for Mike to get the players for training, and yet by the end of the season, you saw at the Ampthill game here, they were really contributing quite significantly to the team. So we think it's a great idea. We think that after a year we'll be able to develop it more practically, get more benefits out of it. As you say, the players start coming back, in fact, to train this week. So yeah, it's a huge help help to us. It will bring quality players in with Premiership academy experience, and you have seen by the way other clubs are actually sort of looking to replicate that model that other people think it's a pretty good idea as well.
And I guess we've got to turn our minds to this Saturday. Rugby returns away at Ampthill. Local bragging rights straight up for occasion. How much are you looking forward to seeing rugby played?
Well, we're looking forward to it tremendously, because it's a return back. It's a return back with crowds, which we haven't had apart from the last game. So it's a return to proper rugby. So we've had a reasonable preparation time. We're able to put out a pretty strong squad, and I think Mike's intending to give most people a run out. So we're hugely looking forward to it. Yeah, kicking the season off on Saturday will be great.
And final thing I mentioned for our supporters, we've already had, as you've just heard in the board meeting, over 1,200 season tickets renewed for this season, and some of those new, obviously. How excited are you for seeing crowds back through the gates?
Oh, I think that's fantastic. I mean, it's we have got a record, as you know, and congratulations to you and all your team. It's a record number of season tickets that we've sold, or close to a record number of season tickets that we've sold, and that just demonstrates the lucky and fortunate position that we have in this town with the support that we have. And if you're looking to build commercial viability and sustainability, there's nothing beats having a sort of core group of wonderful supporters that we've got. So yeah, really looking forward to it, and looking forward to having good strong crowds here at Goldington Road for the rest of the season.